Welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about the topic time value of money. Now what is time value of money? We all know that money does not come free. This is why we pay interest when we borrow money. When we put our money in a savings account or in a fixed deposit account with the bank, we expect that the bank will pay us interest. This is because money is a limited resource, and like all limited resource, it has a cost, which is interest. So, interest is the value or compensation somewhat like rental which one receives for foregoing the use of money. For a length or period of time. Hence, it is called the time value of money. And we must know that higher the risk of investment, the investor will seek higher the return. So, higher the risk, higher the return. This is why interest on debentures is less than the return expected on equity shares, because equity shares are more risky investment option. Now let us discuss two terms, that is real interest rate and nominal interest rate. Now what is real interest rate? Real interest rate equals to interest rate without inflation or risk. And what is nominal interest rate? Nominal rate in interest rate is equal to rate of inflation plus real interest rate. So, when we add the rate of inflation to the real interest rate, we get the nominal interest rate. Now, further discussing the topic of time value of money, we know that value of rupees 100 today will not be equal to the value of rupees 100 1 year later. So we can write value of rupees 100 today not equal to value of rupees 100 after 1 year. So if the time value of money or interest rate equals to 10% per annum, then 100 rupees today will be equal to 110 rupees after 1 year. 1 year. Because after 1 year, rupees 100 would have earned 10% interest and it would have become rupees 110 including the principal after 1 year. And rupees 100 today is equal to rupees 121 2 years later, because it would have earned rupees 21 as interest for 2 years and the principal is rupees 100, that comes to rupees 121. So rupees 100 today equals to rupees 121 2 years later. So we can say that the value of money has declined. Now let us come to the formula through which we can find out the future value of money. The formula is, it's a very important formula, future value at n time period equals to present value multiplied by 1 plus r whole to the power n. Now what is FV? FV equals to future value. PV equals to present value. R equals to rate of interest. N equals to time period. So year 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us calculate this future value from our example of rupees 100 and time value of money at 10% rate of interest. 10% rate of interest, this is the time value of money. Okay. So how do we calculate this? Present value is rupees 100 and 1 plus r equals to 10%, that is, let me show you by using a calculator. 10% equals to 0.1. So here it is given 1 plus r, that is 1.1. So 0.1 plus 1 equals to 1.1 and 1.1 whole to the power n. For the first year this value will be 1. So it is 1.1 into 100 equals to 110. And this 1.1 after year 2. So into equals to, it comes to 1.21 into 100 equals to 121. And this 1.1 at the end of the third year will be equals to 1.331, that is 133. At the end of fourth year it will be 1.464, that is 146.4, and so on. So how do you calculate this? Very simple. 1.1 for the first year, this is 1.1. For the second year, into equals to. This is for the second year. For the third year, equals to, this is 1.331. For the fourth year, just equals to 1.464. For the fifth year, equals to 1.610. For the sixth year, equals to 1.7715. Just you will have for the second year 1.1 into equals to, for the second year into equals to, and for the successive years just press equals to, and you will get the factor and multiply it by 100. Then you will get the future value. So this is the future value by multiplying this factor with present value, that is rupees 100. So this is how we calculate the future value. Now from this formula we can also calculate the present value of future cash flows. How? PV equals to, from this formula, future value at n time period divided by 1 plus r whole to the power n. So if we put all these values here, we get the present value. This is how we calculate present value from future cash inflows. Now let me show you one example, simple example. Now say at period, that is year, and inflow per year, and this is the PV factor at the rate of 10%. Let 10% be the time value of money or the interest rate. So PV of inflow, we put these values in all these columns. So period, let us say 6 years period, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inflow, let us say per year rupees 100 is the inflow. At the end of first year 100 inflow, at the second year 100 rupees inflow, third year 100 rupees inflow, fourth year 100 rupees inflow, fifth year 100 rupees inflow, and sixth year also 100 rupees inflow. And what is the PV factor at 10%? Now I have shown you how to calculate through calculator. Now once again I am showing you. 1 divided by, as it is 10%, that is 1.1 equals to 0.909. We will write it as 0.91. For the second year equals to 0.826, that is 0.83. We round it up. For the third year just press equals to 0.751. For the fourth year just press equals to, it is 0.683. For the fifth year just press equals to, the value comes to 0.620. 0.621, let's say. For the sixth year press just equals to 0.564. 0.564. So these are the PV factor at 10%. We can take it, we can round it up at 2 digits, and or we can round it up at 3 digits also. So what is the PV of inflow? 100 into 91 equals to rupees 91. Next is 83, that is 75.1, 68.3, 62.1 and 56.4. Now if we add this up, we get the present value of inflow, that is 91 plus 83 plus 75.1 plus 68.3 plus 62.1 plus 56.4 equals to 435.9. 435.9. This is the PV of inflow or the present value of inflow. Now if we total these factors, these PV factors, 0.91 plus 0.83 plus 0.83 plus 0.751 plus 0.683 plus 0.621 plus 0.564 equals to 4.359. So this total comes to 4.359. This is nothing but the annuity factor. So what is the use of this annuity factor? If we have equal cash inflow over these 6 years, we can just multiply rupees 100 with 4.359 and we will get 435.9. No need for calculating all these PV factors and PV of inflow and adding them up. This is applicable only when inflow per year is equal. If inflow per year is unequal, we will have to multiply it by PV factor each year. If the inflow is equal, we multiply the annuity factor with rupees 100 and we get 435.9. This is the present value of inflow, 435.9. Let's say to get this inflow, we have to expend rupees 500 at year 0. So present value of outflow is 500. If we have to expend rupees 500 at year 0 and it will give us 100 rupees for 6 years, so the present value of inflow is 435.9 and present value of outflow is 500. So what is the net present value? Net present value, it is 500 minus 435.9, it comes to minus 64.1. This net present value is negative. Please see, this net present value is negative. As this net present value is negative, this investment option is not advisable. So net present value and IRR, we will discuss these things in later classes when we will discuss about capital budgeting methods. Let's say discounted capital budgeting methods. So this is all for today. This is the time value of money, how we calculate the PV factor and the PV of inflow, and we deduct it from PV of outflow and we get the net present value. Hope you have understood what I have taught today in my class. Thank you for watching.